I mean, I think all of the criticism is valid because, Democrats stand on this moral high ground all the time. And, they act so self-righteous. The reality is he didn't have to say anything in regards to, whether or not, his son wanted to be pardoned. He could have said, hey, man, I'm not focused on that right now. But since they were calling Trump a threat to democracy and they were saying that, nobody's above the law, but they were speaking about him, that's what they were running on. So when he kept saying things like, nobody's above the law, I respect, the jury's decision in regards to my son, he didn't believe that. But he didn't have to volunteer that lie to begin with.
I'm going to stop you for a second.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so that was Charlamagne the God, and he was on The View, and he was discussing President Biden's pardoning of his son Hunter. And Charlamagne was making a few larger points about the the moral high ground, and how partisan politics in this country is like a team sports thing. So here's what Whoopi had to say in response.
You don't know that it was a lie. We don't know why he changed
You really think he just changed his mind over Thanksgiving weekend all of a sudden?
No, I'm going to tell you what I think.
Okay. Yeah.
I think he changed his mind because he got sick of watching everybody else get over. And this is just my feeling, because at some point you get to the place where you just go, so I'm just going to follow the straight and narrow always.
Okay. And so at this point, Charlamagne challenged Whoopi and the other co-hosts, claiming that once people pick their political side, it's very difficult for them to be critical of that side. There's more.
I don't think people are flipping out with Joe. I think Democrats are flipping out with Joe because Democrats believe that they don't represent what he's currently representing. But that's just not true. That's why I say they stand on this moral high ground that simply does not exist. And I think this is also the problem when we pick sides. When it comes to political parties, if you pick a side, right, if you say you're a Democrat, if you say you're a Republican, you refuse to be objective about anything.
That's why I'm an independent.
Yes, but
I think that's the best way to go.
But that's not a monolith. We're not, Democrats are not a monolith.
But why can't you say when Democrats are wrong? And why can't Republicans say when Republicans are wrong?
I'll tell you when Democrats are wrong.
So you don't think Joe Biden is wrong?
No, I don't. And can I just point this out to you?
All right, so I get where he's coming from with his criticism, but Cenk, he couldn't possibly be talking about us, could he?
No, he's definitely not talking about us. Charlamagne has been on the show. We like Charlamagne a lot. And the reason we like him a lot is because he spits truth. And that's what he just did, right? So, then my favorite part of that whole segment was Whoopi Goldberg saying like, oh, we criticize Democrats all the time. That's so funny. She was a comic, right? Back in the day. Because she's going back to her stand-up routine. No, Hugh is known to be the largest ass kissers of the Democratic Party. That is literally the number one thing that they're known for. There isn't any Democratic ass they wouldn't kiss, as long as it's establishment ass and leadership ass. Oh, if you're a progressive, then they'll throw you under the bus. Like, oh, Bernie, boo, we hate Bernie, right? And all that stuff. And I'm positive that what Whoopi's referring to is like, oh, I keep the Democrats honest. I'll criticize them from time to time, like Bernie Sanders is a communist. I hate the populist Democrats. And I remember when Justice Democrats first came out, she's like, what do they mean justice, huh? Like what other Democrats don't believe in justice? Yeah, you don't. You love the rich, you love leadership, and you demand that everybody in your audience bow down to the authoritarian gods of the Democratic Party. You said maniacal things like Joe Biden wasn't too old. You said that you don't care if he craps his pants and can't even function as a human being. You still wanted him to be president. You know what that means? That means you've lost your goddamn mind. You're gone. You're in a different planet. Oh man, I'd love to have Democratic presidents who poop their pants. No, I criticize the Democratic Party. Yeah, come on, get. So look, I love that Charlamagne challenged The View on The View. I love that Charlamagne challenged the Democratic Party in the epicenter of propaganda for the Democratic Party. And what Whoopi and the rest of the View cast don't understand is that when you are so over the top and you criticize 200% of what the other side does and 0% of what your side does, not only do you look ridiculous, but you lose all credibility. So no one outside of your audience that their minds have been soaked with your propaganda believes you. Every normal, rational human being goes, oh, The View, dismiss them, dismiss, right? Morning Joe, dismiss, dismiss. And look, for a lot, Fox News, dismiss, dismiss, okay? So not interested in propaganda. And then the core of what Charlamagne said is exactly true, which is, how long have you had in this country Democratic left-wing media, theoretically, or Democratic media? Oh, Democrats are right, Democrats are right, Democrats are right, right-wing media. Republicans are right, Republicans are right. Oh, really? 100% of the time your side is right and the other side is completely wrong. There's not a single thing they've ever said that's right. Garbage. What do we do on the Young Turks? We do the exact opposite. We criticize both parties. And how do you know it's not us? Because the Democratic Party has caught all sorts of feelings about us. Oh, you guys, you're rascally online media. You won't even do marketing for us. You won't even lie and say that Joe Biden is young. You won't even say that his uncle was eaten by cannibals. So, Whoopi, you're hilarious, accidentally.
Yeah, and Charlamagne did actually say, I think you said it, that it was ridiculous. It is crazy. And I know that we try to do a good job of it here on this channel, and it feels good. It's like liberating, but it also shouldn't be that unusual for people to criticize their government, including the people that they voted for, right? That's why they're there, because we want them to be there. They work for us, right? We're not supposed to be loyalists to them. They're supposed to be loyalists to us. They want to appease us. They work for us. So it's a very normal thing to criticize the people in your government or to criticize your entire government, the structure, whatever, that's how progress gets made. That's why they call us progressives, though, I guess. So.
Thanks for watching. If you become a member, you get to watch all this ad-free, except for, of course, this ad. Still, hit the join button below.